The main reason I am saying this like that is that I am not brave enough, or to be precise, arrogant, or naive, or impulsive enough to say this on a low-quality video with a shitty accent. I know that by fact the truth is what the society decides, not what any individual thinks, no matter how realistic, and I don't have the right amount of energy for otherwise. In fact, the reason I made this video is that I wanted to forget about it. And also the reason I didn't make this with my face is that I am really planning to be disrespectful to few sides. I am currently in the moment writing this while thinking that the only thing that could be special about it is the honesty. So in this regard, I am endorsing the fact that we could never know if I am right or not. In fact, I truly respect guys with initiative. And when I say respect, it means that they must have brutally extracted that out of me somehow. Initiative is what I lack, you know. I am pretty old and traditional dark and nihilist kind of guy. But of course, who would take an easy way of meaning creation in life? I am a good theoretical thinker and yapper, but it happens that I ostensibly have a point, so please take it as your new religion. As you are about to see, the only thing youth-related in this passage is the energy to yap so much. So, Professor, I know I cannot become like you easily. I know you suffered a lot to be there. But now, please, answer me this. You brag of discovery, but tell me, when was your last true one? Not since the dawn of the last century. Now your glory is fractured, a Nobel dissected, handed out in fragments, 2, 3, 4, 5 names stitched onto the same paper. Soon enough you'll crown whole faculties, entire research centers, faceless collectives, and call it prestige. And if you protest, they all contributed, it is only because you no longer produce true revolutionaries, for you have no faculty devoted to such a thing. Your theoreticians? Hollow priests. They wait, not to think, not to risk, but for quantum machines to whisper, yes, the ancients were right. Nothing new, nothing daring, only worship. Their temples smell of old ink. Their chants are equations long embalmed. They are mere spectators, gazing with feigned awe, waiting for truth to crash into their sight, and even then, leaving it all to luck. The truth? You build for armies, advanced weapons, sacred idols of the state. Your laboratories are barracks, your scholars obedient soldiers, marching not toward knowledge but toward command. But you are not to be blamed for this. We both know you would not have existed otherwise. And since science wed the great institution, it has grown cautious, timid, afraid to step beyond the prescribed lines. Knowledge has hardened into bureaucracy, and universities, once wild frontiers, now grind out elites, not seekers, not heretics, not pioneers. Understand me well. This is no hatred of society. But facts are merciless. Once you became an arm of the state, you ceased to differ from peasants of the Middle Ages. Only your tools gleam brighter, but your mind remains just as chained. The Middle Ages never ended. They only learned to publish in journals. And now, the last frontier of the mind is not the cosmos, it is the office. But let us not forget, once upon a time, your kind lit bonfires in the village square, tying dreamers to wooden stakes, branding them sorcerers. Your sacred prestige was nothing but smoke. And today, it is the same flame, only colder, burning papers instead of bodies. You parade your history like relics, but those relics are nothing but the scent of ashes. Your venerable halls, Massachusetts, Oxford, the whole choir, pretend to be temples of reason, yet they thrive on illusions of dignity, not truth, not courage, just titles, robes, and hollow applause. Meanwhile, the East churns out engineers by the millions. Factories of minds, crude, yes, but effective. They manage the projects, they move the steel. And you console yourselves with romance. Here, every student arrives to add something new. How touching, how naive. You mistake narcissism for progress. Let us be rational. Your graduates are not philosophers, they are placeholders. They hold paper, not power. The only difference between you and the Chinese machine is that you produce fewer engineers. Your fragile society's leaking them away, distracted, decadent, decaying. So do not act as though you had no hand in it. At the very least, do not delight in it. So what remains of your prestige? A network of polished names, a passport to guaranteed salaries, not to thought, not to vision, a sacred resume machine, cloaked in Latin, trembling at its own obsolescence. The truth? You are still the same villagers, clutching the same torches, ready to burn the next heretic at the stake. Only now, you call it peer review.